Hi, there are a few key ways that you can help your students succeed in 8th grade science. Probably the single most important is to check their grades often. Go to the iMiddle website and click on the PowerSchool link. Log into PowerSchool and do this at least once a week. Go ahead and put your student's username and password, which they should be able to give to you, and then look at their overall grades. But more importantly than their overall percentage is, are they turning all their assignments in? So what you're going to want to do is click on each of the classes, especially the science class, and click on the score, and what will come up after that is the specifics of all of the individual assignments. You want to look especially at the last few assignments and make sure it looks like everything has been turned in. What you're looking for is specifically is, are there any zeros or are there any missing assignments? So here's an example where a student is missing 2 assignments. You can see 2 zeros that have been entered. If you see this, the key is the student needs to make it up. Usually the student will know how to make up the assignment, but if they don't, they can actually click on the assignment itself, and a brief description of what the assignment is will come up, along with the last day to turn it in for the majority of the credit. The late work policy is that students have 1 week after the assignment's entered in the gradebook to get 70% of the credits to still get a C. After that 1 week, the max score they could get would be a 30%. If students have questions about how to make up an assignment, please come see me in class and ask, and we'll go over it. If you can't see me in class, feel free to drop me an email, and parents, you can even drop me an email if your student is unwilling or unable to ask during class time. Checking their grades once a week will help ensure that there's no way that they're ever to get less than a C on a missing assignment. The second and equally important thing to do to really help them be successful is look at their homework and make sure that they're completing it. They'll have homework almost every day in science. It is always written on the board. We go over the homework every single day at the beginning of class, and I ask them to write it down. I'm trying a new system called the Remind app to make it easier for students and parents to see what the homework is. So the app allows you to sign up and get text messages or email messages, or you could actually check the messages on the app itself. Signing up is really easy. On the back of the sheet that went home with this video are instructions, but you could just text the number that you see here and type in the code, or you can send an email to the email address here and you'll get a response back, which will then you'll be signed up. You can expect to get about 3 to 5 messages a week. It is a free app, but if your phone charges you for text messages, you would get charged for the text messages. But you can do email obviously for free. If this experiment goes well and students and parents like it, other teachers have expressed interest, and that would be another way for you to check messages, conceivably seeing many messages from different classes all at once. The last major thing you can do to help your child be successful is occasionally look at their lab notebook. There's electronic or paper lab notebooks. They're identical. You want to look to make sure that it looks like your child is finishing all the assignments. We typically finish 1 lab a week. So if you were to look in and see, for example, what you see here, where many of the questions are answered but some are blank, encourage your child to finish it. If they cannot figure out how to answer a problem, have them write a question in the margin and highlight it. If they did the assignment on time, I make sure that we go over all questions that following day in class. If they did the assignment late, they'd have to make sure they come in and ask so that we can go over it and they can add those answers in and still get full credit for their lab notebook. Finally, use the electronic resources that are available. On the class LMS page, there's a lot of electronic resources that we've created. There's vocabulary lists to help students build vocabulary, there's review sheets, there's even practice tests for every single test or quiz that a student is going to need to take. The actual tests are even on there as well, so a student can immediately see what their score was on the test, and later that night they can see which questions they missed. So please use the electronic resources. Thank you for watching, and again, if you have any questions, please email me at tnusser@sandy.net. And remember, the 3 main things you can do to help your child be successful in 8th grade science is check their grades at least once a week so that they will always be able to turn their work in and get at least 70%. Double check to make sure that their homework is getting done and that you know the assignments are. And please make sure that you look at their lab notebook occasionally and make sure it looks like it's complete. Again, thank you so much.